right, Felix, there's one major thing and a bunch of other little things that I think we can do to get you better pretty quick if you can get this. When you take the club back, the first thing you do is a pretty good takeaway, but then right in this area, you actually roll your forearms in the opposite direction of where you want to go. And so the club face, in addition to the forearms, they are rotated matching the shoulder movement, which is to say that they all have this rotation that sort of let me just draw this in this direction. So both forearms are rotating this way. And in one of my articles, I detailed the guy by the name of Jeev Milka Singh, and he does the same thing, although he's the best player from India probably right now. Anyway, Luke is actually counteracting, so his forearms are rotating this way. And that will tend to close the club face a bit more. And once that's done, you can actually just lift the club at the top of the backswing, get the arms going higher, because you know you can flatten out or shallow out. So from this first bad move, opening the face, rolling the forearms, then you start to actually flatten, which is actually saying we're going to pull the right elbow behind you at that point. The left wrist becomes more cupped, and then that will in turn open the club face even more. This is probably more apparent with the driver. But the club face super open, super cupped. Left arm is way too low. And then from there, maybe it's the planologist thinking of, if we're flat enough on the backswing, we can come over it and still be okay. And that's sort of partially true, but the swing isn't quite right because we don't ever develop a good lateral bend. See, your right shoulder never gets lower. Shoulders don't get tilted at impact. You look more around. Okay, so once we get the backswing more correct here, this is Keegan. The first move should be to pull the right elbow forward, and that will have the effect of doing what is called external rotation of the shoulder. And for you, that's really critical because that's why you tend to get sort of steep in the first place on the downswing. Again, not enough of a elbow movement forward, and while you're flat, it doesn't mean a thing because you see this right elbow stays higher than the left, and then again, this is really common teaching of keeping the chest back, throwing the arms at it, but it doesn't really work because then you still have what's called early right shoulder internal rotation, then you just start yanking across the ball there. So really, it's a matter of getting the right elbow under, and then you can release forward. So then we can use the forearms to rotate a bit more this way, versus your forearms don't have the rotation, so they rotate open and then they stay there. So that's probably why you get the big fade there. But the good guys are actually rotating counter on the backswing, and then they're also rotating it more on the downswing. So yours is sort of stuck in that mode of not really being able to rotate correctly. Again, all of this open face, early right shoulder internal rotation, and just throwing it over. That's still there regardless of how flat your backswing is. So I'd rather you be steep in the backswing and then learn to get the right elbow down and under, get a lateral bend. So when you're looking at this here, this right shoulder comes down this way, the left shoulder's pulling back and up. Okay, so that should be your first trigger is left lat left um, trap, trapezius is up here by your neck. You're going to shrug that left shoulder up, drive the right shoulder down, and that's what flattens you while getting your club face in a better place to actually go through and square up. It's a lot of work, but I think you can handle it.